During the Buddha's time, there was a monk who found it hard to follow the rules and fight his heart's desires. His friends, worried about him, brought him to the Buddha to seek help. When the Buddha saw him, the Buddha asked him, "Is it true what your friends say about you? Are you being greedy? Are you unable to resist your desires?" The monk responded, "Yes, my lord. I'm having a hard time resisting my desires. They overtake me, and I can't help but to give in to them and feel guilty afterwards. I don't know what to do." The Buddha responded, "In the past, you were also greedy and unable to follow rules and instructions. Because of your greed and desires, you ultimately lost your life and also caused the wise and good to lose a home." All the monks gathered requested that the Buddha reveal the past which was hidden to them due to countless rebirths. A long time ago, when King Brahmadatta ruled in Benares, the Bodhisattva was born as a beautiful pigeon. Now in those days, the people of Benares, out of the kindness of their hearts, would hang up straw baskets from their roofs for the birds to live in. The Bodhisattva lived in one such basket, hanging off the roof of the cook of the royal treasurer. Every day, he would fly off and look for food elsewhere, and come back in the evening. This is how he lived his life. The cook was especially skilled, and after he spiced meat, he would hang it to dry near the window. Often, the aroma would waft out the window, and a passerby would catch whiffs of the seasoned meat. One day, there was a crow who happened to fly above the house of the royal treasurer where the Bodhisattva was living. The smell of spiced meat wafted up to the crow, and he could barely control himself. He thought, "This smells amazing. I must find out where it is coming from and have a taste." So, the crow descended and spied on the kitchen from across the street. He knew he had to devise a plan so that he could safely get the meat, but for the life of him, he had no ideas. Then, suddenly, he saw the Bodhisattva fly back to his basket, and the crow suddenly thought, "That's it! I'll use the pigeon as my way in." So, early the next day, the crow came to wait for the pigeon. Once he saw the pigeon leave, the crow immediately followed the pigeon from a reasonable distance. When the pigeon landed in a field, he saw that the crow had followed him all this way. The pigeon asked the crow, "Why did you follow me all the way from my basket to this field?" "My lord, I have observed your demeanor and personality, and I find that it is one that deserves respect. I wish to be near you so that I can learn to be more like you." "Mr. Crow, your kind of food and my kind of food are vastly different. Living together is not reasonable." "My lord pigeon, when you seek for food, I will seek for food near you. You need not worry about me. I will put in the effort, and all will be well." "Then you will have to work hard and be earnest. Do not give up easily, and maintain morality at all times. Then you can follow me." "I will, my lord, I will." Then, the pigeon proceeded to search for seeds, while the crow turned over cow dung and searched for worms. Then, after they both finished eating, In an attempt to show off and prove his worth, the crow said, "My lord, it seems to me that you spend too much time eating. Excess should be shunned." The pigeon heard this and took note, but said nothing. Once the pigeon returned home to his basket, the crow flew with him and landed on the windowsill. The cook saw the crow with the noble pigeon and exclaimed, "Why, our noble bird has brought home a friend. He must be noble and worthy like the pigeon." The cook then hung a second basket for the crow in front of the kitchen. Not too long after that, the cook had prepared and spiced a lot of fish. He hung them out to dry in the kitchen. When the crow saw the fish, he immediately became greedy and made up his mind to stay at home the next day to treat himself to an excellent meal. However, he had to find a way to fool the pigeon. So all night long, the crow was groaning, and the next day, when the pigeon called him to go search for food, the crow said, "My lord pigeon, go without me. I am having stomach pains." The pigeon responded, "Friend, I have never heard of any crows having stomach pains. It is more likely that you desire the fish hanging over there. Come, eating man's food will not lead to a good result for you. Fight your desire and realize the suffering it will cause you. Let us go seek our own food." The crow, rolling over, said, "My lord, I am really not able. My stomach truly hurts." The pigeon knew the truth, but also knew that he could not change the mind of another if they did not wish for it to be changed themselves. So the pigeon said, "Do not fall prey to your greed. Stand strong and resist it." And with that, the pigeon flew away to seek his food. After the pigeon left, the crow immediately jumped up and eyed the fish. He flew closer and prepared to choose his favorite fish. However, when he stepped on a colander, it fell to the floor, causing a tremendous racket. The cook came running in and saw the crow. The cook said, "You rascal! You scoundrel! I treated you kindly, yet you decide to steal from me?" The cook shut the door and captured the crow. The cook grabbed the crow by the neck and plucked every feather off his body. The crow screamed in pain, but no matter what, he couldn't escape. Then, the cook made a concoction of salt, cumin, and sour buttermilk and poured it on the crow. The mixture caused even more pain to the crow's wounds, and he cried out. The cook threw him back into his basket, and there he lay, groaning in agony. He no longer thought of or remembered the fish. All he could think about was the pain. When the pigeon came back, he saw the wretched plight of the crow. He felt pity for him and said, "You greedy creature, you did not heed my warnings. Now your own greed has doomed you." The pigeon then said, "And now I too can no longer live here. I cannot expect the cook to have trust for birds after what you did. You have ruined it for all birds." And with that, the pigeon flew away. The crow died, and the cook merely threw him out with the trash. And thus, the crow experienced the results of his greed. And so, the Buddha concluded the Jataka with a lesson for the greedy monk, saying, "In the past, you were the crow who did not listen to warnings about greed. I was the pigeon who tried to warn you. Now will you listen?" The monk was ready to listen, and was shocked by what he did in the past. The Buddha, seeing he was ready, taught him the 4 noble truths, and the monk attained the fruit of the Sakadagami, the 2nd level of enlightenment. What did you learn from this story? We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads.